All right, let's see if this one is working. Okay, this one is working, but not my other one. Okay. Don't know why the other microphone isn't working, but hello everyone. Okay, so I might end up sounding a little distant once I get started because the microphone that I can pull closer to me is not working. So, yeah. How is everyone doing? It is day 16 of 25 days of Craftsmas. How is everyone? All right, I just need to get this all shared out and then we are going to get started because I'm not feeling the greatest. My migraine is starting to get worse again. So I've already cut out most of it because I felt myself drowning. It's starting to hurt again. So, I cut out most of it. I was going to do that on live, but I just had to get that stuff done. That way I can do the meat and potatoes of the project and try and get home and get some rest. All right, so we are all shared out. Okay, hello, hello, hello. All right, so welcome everyone. I am Shakia, the Professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the Honest Speaking brand of products where we carry the absolute best, most efficient, hassle-free sublimation paper. You can visit our website, shop.hsink365.com. However, tonight we are not doing anything with sublimation. We are going to be working with 651 vinyl and wood. All right, so I have already cut out all of my pieces. Oh, Jesus Christ, this chair almost slipped from under me. I'm gonna put this over here for now. Oh, I forgot to do something over here. Hold on. Okay. So I've already cut my pieces out. So we're gonna use black, red, and white. I did use weed borders to make it easier for weeding these small pieces. Now we do have to weed out this white one because the cut got messed up. Ooh, Jesus Christ. The cut got messed up. So I need to weed this part of the white out, which I didn't realize I did the reindeer feed on this one also. I was having some technical difficulties earlier when it came to weeding this because I had some bad white vinyl and I was out of the 651. Well, even if I wasn't out, it was bad. It was a 651 that I had that wasn't so great. So this is actually printable media, which is why if you've ever done 651, when it comes to white, you know that it's blue on the underside. Like the actual film part is blue. But this is white because I had to cut this on my printable media. Normally I pull the weed border out first, but that time I did pull out the weed. Okay, so there's a weed border and then there's a weed box. I pulled off the weed box first, but normally I do pull off the border and then do that part of the weeding afterwards. But either way, it still makes it easier to weed because you don't have, you're not taking the chance of like just ripping it off and then the whole thing coming off. So this gives you a little bit more control and able to see where you're weeding at and make sure that you're not losing any small pieces and not have to deal with a lot of vinyl sticking on itself. So I will say, because my head was kind of hurting, the way that I set this up was not ideal because I have, I actually should have layered on top, and my bottom piece should have been wide, and then like some other stuff, because there are some pieces that are on the white layer, but they really are the top layer, and it's going to be a little bit harder to get them to like all line up. So I'm going to have to, you know, work my magic once I get to that part. So this week was our official anniversary week. We've been doing this for about 5 years now, with the 25 days of Craftzmas. And of course, 5th year anniversary is wood. So everyone has done a project that involved wood in some way, shape, or form. This is a wood table. So this is just the TV table from Walmart. It is 19 by 14. At first, I was going to do a printed one, but that would have been too easy because it just would have been print, put it on there, and then you're done, right? So I wanted to just kind of show something that anyone can do. If somebody has a cutting machine, whether you have a Cricut or a Cameo or a Siser, which I cut this on my Siser Romeo, whatever machine that you have, you just go get some 651. And if you wanted to make yourself a little Santa tray, you could. So I wanted to make sure that I can do something that anyone can actually go and make if they wanted to. So I did create the design in Silhouette Studio with the help of a file from Creative Fabrica. So I used a couple of elements from there. I added to it. I changed up some things. So it's a combination of designs, but you can get designs, like there's some really cute Santa tray, like pre-made templates on Creative Fabrica that you can get. And all you have to do is just cut it with your choice of vinyl. So if you don't have like a traditional, like the traditional Christmas colors of like red, green, and white and stuff like that, you can do this in any color to match your tree so that it's not clashing. I know the lighting is not great, but because I'm suffering from a migraine right now, I really can't turn on any additional light because it's just going to agitate my migraine even more. So I do apologize if it's a little harder to see, especially on Facebook and YouTube. Now this TV tray does come in the dark wood as well as the light wood. So again, if you have a specific color scheme going on, one might work better than the other. There is a table that's black, but it's more textured. That you really have to work your vinyl in. You may even want to also use like a hair dryer to make sure that your vinyl actually sticks down if you decide to go with the black one. And you can also spray paint the tray as well if you want a custom color. So I had to break this up in 2 parts because my vinyl was only a 12-inch wide vinyl because I normally cut it with my 12-inch cameos. Had I had my 24-inch vinyl, I could have just put that directly into the Siser to cut because it's a 24-inch cutter. But I used my 12-inch, so I did have to split this design up because it's wider than 12 inches because the tray is 14. All right, so this is also split up. Okay, I have to remember how this is split up. Okay, I know the nose is by itself because that has to go. I want to say, I think all of this goes, okay, so I know for sure all of this goes together because this is the sanitation side. And then I know this is the hat for the Santa. And then this is the part. I know 4 goes here, but I don't remember if these are a part of it or if I'm supposed to cut those off. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't remember. But I know this part right here is separate. But I don't remember if this is supposed to go down completely like that or if some of those stars are supposed to come off. I got to go look at the final design. Okay. So that's all our vinyl, which I had to mask. I want you guys to see that this is a, this is a folding table. Well, I can just hold it up. From Dollar Tree. It's the mainstay folding tray table. I did not, okay. I was gonna say, I forgot to see if this was gonna not come up. And it's 19 by 14 and a half. And then of course it's 25 inches high, but 19. So that's the one this is. All right. Now there is some sticky residue on this. So I am going to put, do I even have any more? A little bit of alcohol. That's literally all I had left. And wipe this down. Let me grab a piece of paper towel. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Y'all got to see my buttocks. So I had to make this because last year I made it via Sublimation. Well, 2 years ago. I made it via Sublimation when the pandemic, and it kind of had the same thing with the sanitation. It was kind of funny in how I did it, but we don't have a table near where our tree is. So I had it sitting on our what's that thing called? On our computer chair. But I said this year, I'll make it like an actual table that can just sit next to the tree. Oh, okay, wait, I gotta cut this side down because this, I know for, actually, you know what? Let me open this design up because I don't want to mess up where I'm supposed to cut. All right, so here, the reindeer has nothing on this side. So this gets cut. Right above his head is the, okay. So this gets cut here. This is that part. Okay, so 4 has the star here and here. And then where in the heck do you go? Okay, you go at the end of Santa. All right. Which, my silly self, I should have masked this before I cut all these dang on pieces off, because now this is going to be harder to mask because they're going to curl. So I actually should have done the masking on this beforehand, but that's okay. So so there's 2 different types of masking. You have clear and you have a paper one. Just so that you guys can see, I'm going to use the clear. I probably would have used the paper one on this, but I also have to layer and you can see through the clear one a little bit better. So I am going to use this one. This is a high-tack transfer tape. So I put my hand through this little hole. It's going to make it a lot easier to get it over it. Because I don't have like a little stand in here that sits on that it's a pole that goes through it and I can just pull it off. So I'm going to put my hand in there and now I'm going to fold it. Ooh, and it picked up. Alrighty then. It went a little too low. I mean, a little too high, but that's okay. Wasn't expecting it to pick up like that. And we're going to cut it. And then this little piece here, I'm going to cut off and put at the bottom where it didn't quite catch my little reindeer. All right, so I have the red nose and I have from the black section. Oh, wait, where did my red nose go? Okay, so I need this. That's the other hat. Where did my red nose go? Gotta be kidding me. Seriously, where did his nose go? OMG. Did I not? It can't be wrapped up in here. Gotta be kidding. Do I have to cut another nose? Seriously? Did anybody see where the nose went? When I was weeding, did anybody see the nose? Did I leave it on there? It's nothing but a big old circle. Did I leave the dang old nose on there? I don't see it back there. There is Santa, this, sanitation. Ah, there it is. Yay! All right, I'm going to cut myself off a little piece of parchment paper because I'm going to need that to help me line this up. All right. We're going to go in with the black first. All right, I'm just going to bend this part back. And then I'm going to turn this over so that I can use my parchment paper so it's not going to stick to anything. I'm using the parchment paper so it doesn't stick. And now I can move this around until it's in the right position. Okay. I'm going to lift this part up. Oh, come on. Hold on. Oh, duh, Shakia. I got to take this down. Because if not, it's going to move. All right, so let's tape you down first. All right, and now let's reposition our face here. Lift this up. Pull out. Come on. I left a little bit too much parchment paper. Okay, hold on. Let me move my parchment paper over here because I left a little bit too much underneath. And it's a little long way so it doesn't get caught. So line that up. Okay, I'm going to stick on. Lift this, move my parchment paper, and roll this part down to pick this up. Try my best to not let anything else touch the table because it will stick, because that's, of course, what it's meant to do is stick to that. So I'm just going to brush or burnish this down. Take this off. And now my black layer is there. And I need to now do the same thing for the red. But I need 2 pieces of butcher paper because my red is not that big. So I need to make sure that the adhesive doesn't touch anything else. Actually, I might be able to eyeball this one. Let's see. Yep, I can eyeball this one. Roll this back down. And there's Rudolph. All right. And we have to do that again for the Santa side. All right. Because he has a little hat. And here we go. We're going to move this one out of the way. My reindeer feed is on both, but I don't really need this one. So I'm going to scrape that one off. All right, I'm going to do my little makeshift where I'm going to put my arm in here like my makeshift pole. Fold it in half and go right down. So I'm going to slightly burnish down my my white. I'm only going to do the black because the red is going to go on top. So I'm going to do that after it's on the table. So right now, I only have to position my black layer on here. Okay. So same thing. I'm going to put my parchment paper here, covering up the black. Turn this over. Pull this away. I'm only exposing where that black is going. Because this is non-stick, this allows me to put this here, move it around until it is where it needs to be. Okay. I'm going to lift this one up. And I forgot to take the black down, so hopefully it doesn't move. Yay! It moved a little bit, but not by much. Pull that back some, burnish that down. Probably should have burnished it a little bit more to avoid any air bubbles, but that's okay. I can work them out later. All right, so now I'm going to fully burnish this so that it can stick and I can transfer it to the table. All right. We are going to start with my reindeer side because I know exactly where that one goes. Uh-oh. So because this one goes, like it's made to go right to the edge, which I'm not sure if you guys can see. There you go. It's made to go right to the edge and about there. I can dry fit this one. So that goes about there. All right, so I'm going to put my reindeer side down first. And I'm going to basically use the hinge method. I'm going to take, ooh, I didn't burnish this one. Ooh, that spot for the reindeers is small. I didn't realize that one was that small. Reindeer not going to get no food. Because we didn't have a big carrot. We put like the little chunks, but I guess I didn't resize. I was wondering why all the rest of these look humongous and this one looked very tonight-y. All right, so I'm gonna kind of do half of this. And let's do it the full hinge way. I'm going to split this. Because this way may be a little bit easier for a newbie, a beginner. That way I can still have the security of the backing of this. Okay. So then we're going to fold this over, pull this off, and then guide this down. I may take that off and put a bigger one there. And then we're going to flip this over, pull the other side off. So this is called the hinge method. So this is a little bit smaller. So I'm going to pull this back, tuck this under, and just push this down. So it's kind of the hinge, but because it's smaller, you have a little bit more control. And then my little Santa hat. So I just reused that piece of transfer tape. I'm going to use my parchment paper because you can see through this, even though this is black. And I forgot, that's dark. I may not be able to see through it, so I just have to be very careful with eyeballing this one. All right, there we go. All right, now the red element. And I really wanted a brighter red, but I didn't have one. So we're going to work with what we have here. All right. Now that I have the vinyl on it, I don't want to use the clear tape. Let me go grab this masking tape because it's going to be easier to come off. And I got a couple air bubbles I got to work out with heat gun. Had to tape that down so that I can get my transfer tape on top of it. So all of my spots where the food and items go, I created that effect with the sketch tool in Silhouette Studio. Where did my other piece go? I don't know. I'm not taking any chances. Oh wait, maybe they were supposed to come off. Haha. I think some of those stars were supposed to come off. Shakia, you got that way up, too far up. All right. I gotta make sure that these don't get messed up. All righty. Oh no, that's for the hand sanitizer. That's why that's small. This is the one for the carrots. Because baby, Santa's still going in folks' house. They got germs. So we still giving him some Lysol and some hand sanitizer. That's what this part was. That's why that's so small. Oh, wait. Did I do this the wrong way? Okay, I think I did, but that's okay. I actually should have put this down first because that would have told me exactly where to put the disinfectant spray. But now I have to do the disinfectant spray by itself because it's now in the wrong position. But that's okay. So the tape is starting to not be as sticky, but I'm also trying to not let my disinfectant spray part stick. So I'm just going to put that there so I can really burnish this side down. See, Santa knows when he comes to our house, we're going to need you to spray down those gifts because we don't know what kind of germs you don't brought from other folks' house. So we give him some Lysol spray. The one from last year, or from 2 years ago, it says it's germs out there or something like that. So sanitize your hands and disinfect the gifts, but leave them because my mama said those things are hard to find or something like that. So Santa don't get to keep this. This stay at the house. So we got a to-go side, and this is just your sanitation station. You stop here before you might want to wash your hands, sanitize your hands before you go eat cookies, okay? Before you go eat milk and cookies. Sanitize, sir, sanitize. Safety first. Something missing. There's a whole lot of stuff missing. Where the rest of my red stuff? Because where is the red? It's a whole lot of stuff missing. It's some snowflakes missing. It's the red arrow is missing. Wherefore art thou, my stuff? This goes here. This goes here. And there is tape underneath this one. Okay. Let's find my arrow. Uno momento. Nope, that's orange. I know that it's red, so it should be on the back of a gridded paper because it is red. Okay, where'd you go? The arrow for this is red. Here it goes. And it goes on the top. Is that the way that this goes? Yeah. all done. So this is our DIY Santa tray. All right, so of course not the one, but his mug will go there. Snacks, carrots, Lysol, hand sanitizer. All right, not sure if I missed anything over here or if you guys were just watching. Don't know if there were any comments. Okay, doesn't look like it. Thank you for sharing the live. All right. But that's all, folks. Thank you guys so very much for joining. I forget who's on tomorrow, but we have until the 25th. So we have a few more. We have a week and some change left, a full week, and then a couple days left of 25 days of Craftsmas. So make sure that you guys tap into, go over to Facebook and like and follow DIY Crafting Network. That way you can see all of the other creatives. I go live, of course, on my platforms, but if you want to see anything that anybody else does, you will have to go over to DIY. This is missing red. I'm looking at the design. This is missing red. I got to cut some red for here. How would you package to ship it? You'd have to find a box big enough for it and put it in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I mean, with the size of it, you would have to find a box big enough to put it in there. Or wrap it in a bunch of like either shrink wrap or bubble wrap, and then wrap it with the brown paper and then ship it that way. That's the only thing I can think of. All right. So, although this was no sublimation, we are the home of the best, most efficient, hassle-free sublimation paper. If you are someone that is new to sublimation, or even if you can use some help with sublimation, it was supposed to be today, but like I said, I am suffering from a migraine. This is really bugging me that I think it's these over here. I somehow missed red over here, so I got to cut some more because that's really bugging me. But we have our end of year crash course in sublimation. Be on the lookout. There's going to be an end of year crash course for designing, for the silhouette machines, and for a couple of other things as well. So it's end of the year, kind of getting that stuff in so that you can start your new year off correct, or say correctly, or maybe better than how you ended this year. So be on the lookout for all of those crash courses. Because I had the migraine today, that's better for most of you guys. You can still sign up on our website, shop.hsink365.com. It should be right at the top, a featured product. It's $33.65, and we're going to go through literally, you're going to get a crash course on sublimation, the best practices, how to size, understanding design, understanding your design softwares. So it's kind of like our seminar compacted into a much faster or short, not faster, a much shorter session. But you're going to get everything that you need to avoid simple mistakes. I think I want some red in here too. It wasn't designed with red in here. Actually, because this was supposed to be closer. That's why. So now I need to put some red up in here, up in here. So hopefully I will see some of you guys in the sublimation crash course on tomorrow. It starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live via Zoom. You get unlimited access to the playback, so you don't have to try and retain all the information, but it is good to be in the Zoom session so that you can ask all of your questions, okay? We're going to go over heat presses versus ovens, what you should be looking for in a heat press, all sorts of things, all right? So shop.hsink365.com is where you would go for the Sublimation Crash Course. So I am out of here because even though I only have on one light, it is still starting to bother me, and I need to get up out of here. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Peace. No, it's not free. It is a paid seminar. It is $33.65. Well, paid course. It is $33.65. No, $33.65. Thank you. Hey, just say. All right, guys. Later.